All right, since Marco forgot the intro, maybe he could put it on.
The Eskwilax Hour now shooting live from Boyle Heights.
Brush. Those little leaves and branches just pop right out at you.
Number
There he comes.
8. Take 1.
Hey, little son of a gun's hiding your brush. You just have to push him out.
The Eskwilax Hour shooting live from Boyle Heights since 2015.
So I'll just do the intro again.
La hora del Eskwilax en vivo desde 2015 de Boyle Heights.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Eskwilax Hour. I'm Efren. This is 153, the Eskwilax Hour, where we bring you art, live painting, local issues, getting creative, just a little bit of everything. And yeah, we had a little bit of technical issues. Is kind of threw us off for a few minutes, but luckily we're able to come back on with the help of our friend Nolan. He owns a studio with his brother. Thank you, Dronebox Labs. Thank you to the audience. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Another Friday, another 2 hours of listening to me. And like I was mentioning earlier, Low Q, he's working on his music. Shout out to Low Q. Shout outs to everybody that's made the Eskwilax Hour what it is, where we're at today, 3 years later. Shout outs to the homies from Fragile Collective, the whole Fifi gang, the Hoken gang. Puros gangs. What's wrong with y'all? How about just say friends, group of friends. Get gang. In my days, nah, just joking. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. We are live on dronebox.com and the eskwilaxr.com. We give you twice the Eskwilax. But yeah, as I was mentioning, we started here, this board right here, 2018. I started doing graffiti on that, and then I kept going, layering it. Different artists kept coming. But enough about myself. Let's learn about our artists, which we're honored to have here today. I'll bring you around 1 second. As soon as I take care of this, I left my laptop on. We're still independent. You guys know that. The Eskwilax Hour. And yeah, if Timoi could come and join us. Yeah, we're right on time, people. Right on time. The Eskwilax Hour 153. Today we are honored to have Timoi, Susana. Yeah. Thank you, audience. But yeah, with the honor having you here today.
Thank you. I am honored to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, feel free to take a seat.
Thank you.
As I was mentioning, I don't know if you watched some of our interviews, some of our past ones, where I think we could fit it here, no? Maybe? Do you want it displayed?
Oh, sure. Thank you. I'm going to hold on to BMO, though.
BMO?
I brought BMO. This is BMO for comfort.
Hi, BMO.
Hi, BMO. Hi.
Hey.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome that you're able to make it here today. Come chat up with us.
Yeah, totally. I looking forward to this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, most of like what we do is just kind of like we try not to go too much into the formal, because we want to see the artist, as if I was like at an event or one of your exhibits and just walked up to you and be like, hey, I love your art. I love what you're doing. What is in your art? Who influences your art? Like just those type of things,
Yeah, totally.
And my first question would be, what is in the name, Timoi?
Timoi is an acronym that stands for Trapped in My Own Imagination.
Nice.
So my solo show coming up, it's named Trapped in My Own Imagination, because I think a lot of people can relate to that, you know?
Definitely.
And I came up with that name in 1999. I did a drawing and I called it Trapped in My Own Imagination. And I was like, I really like this. It's like, let me see what the acronym is. And I wrote it down, you know, and I loved it. It was such a unique name. Now, you know, I realized that I've done research, or just by Googling my name.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing really out there, but I still Google myself.
No, it's pretty unique. It's pretty unique. That's what I noticed.
You know,
it.
guys from like the Philippines or Germany
Oh.
or even Africa are
Yeah.
named Timoi, and I was like, oh wow, that's cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you never
Yeah.
think of that. That in other languages it exists.
Yeah.
But it does, like, yeah, it's not a name, it's an object. Oh.
Right. Yeah, and then later I became more comfortable with being trapped in my own imagination, and I also used that trusting in my own imagination. I got it tattooed
Trusting
on
in my own
left arm.
imagination.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes, like I was mentioning, we're independent. We do everything ourselves. You know, we're mostly Latino, and we've been doing this for 3 years. And
Awesome.
you know, it is an honor to have you again. And yeah, I saw that you said 1999. Were you
Yes.
making art already, or it was like the beginning of it?
I was making art already. I started doing art since I was like 6, but in 1999, it was it was the year where I started to like experiment with like acrylics and oils, and before that, I had just done spray paint and markers, and you know.
Yeah, you were like in the graph. Did you ever do graffiti?
Yes.
Because that's where I started. I did it for a while, you know.
Yeah, I started doing graffiti. I mean, I started doing art before I started
Yeah.
doing graffiti, but once I became influenced by graffiti, I just loved it. You know, I grew up with my brother, and we would always go on adventures. So,
Of course, yeah. I mean, some of this stuff, you know, it can be fun because it's just part of growing up in LA, growing up in the city, inner city
Yeah.
at least. Did you grow up in LA or?
I grew up. I came to the United States when I was 10, and my family, we moved to Mid City. So I grew up in Mid City, LA.
Is that by like Koreatown?
It's by a little bit like between downtown and South Central and Culver City, so it's like in the center, by Los Angeles High School.
Oh yeah, yeah. Did you ever go to, what is it called, the Motor Yard?
Yeah, I
yeah.
actually.
It's already gone now, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You have
I
a story
painted
about
there.
it? You have a story about it?
I do. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Share
yeah,
with
it
us.
was
Share with
like-
us.
It was Easter of. It was one day in Easter. I think it was 2004, 2003, 2004, and I wanted it to go paint. You know, it's like Easter. There's no cops.
It's like
you know.
spring. Was it spring? What you call it? When you take a
so-
break, spring break,
uh-huh,
right?
Yeah, and I thought, you know, there's no cops, you know, today, and it was on a Sunday, and so my boyfriend and he didn't do graffiti, but he just, you know,
He's like looking out and
just-
stuff.
Yeah, well, he wasn't even looking out. That's the funny part, because it was his fault that I got caught.
Oh, you got busted.
And yeah, I got busted, and he actually he went to the top of the little hill, and he sat there to smoke.
Okay,
And-
yeah, yeah.
And then the police saw him, so they came
Dang,
looking to see what he was
burn.
doing there.
That was a burn.
I know. Oh, it was horrible, because they didn't even arrest him, right, for trespassing or anything. They arrested me, and then they took me, and I was like in jail for like a couple of days.
It
But
happens.
yeah, you know, I learned a lot while I was there. Always politics, you know. But
Of course, yeah, yeah. I mean, you gotta, like, I mean, unfortunately, in the city, you do gotta sometimes go through those circumstances, and then you understand what everybody else is like talking about.
yeah.
We actually went through that this Sunday, where we had a little event, and there was somebody, you know, misbehaving, and then they went in like down the street, you know, they kind of, I don't know, I guess they wrote on a building or something, somebody saw them, and then we got blamed for it for some reason. And then we were like, no, you know, it could have been a random person. They were like, no. And we're like, all right, man, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it happens, like I said.
Yeah.
What do you call those? Just like, yeah, random situations.
Right.
But I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad you're here to tell
Yeah,
that
me
story.
too.
And it was just like a quick, you know, situation.
Yeah.
But I checked out your website.
Okay.
Let's talk about, I was going to ask you, Killer Carlo? Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Killer Carlo, you want to tell us a little about that?
Sure. It's actually a story that came to me in a dream in 2003. And it is a story of an 8-year-old with wisdom of an ancient person.
Okay.
And she comes from this galaxy called Sovereignty Galaxy the Great. And it's a galaxy where all creative beings come from. Artists, musicians, even martial artists and doctors like that.
Dope.
That take things, you know, as an art, and because everything's an art, you know, but not everybody does things.
Yeah, I was talking about
as
that
an
earlier,
art.
how even if you're a chef, you know, that's an art. Do fashion, all of that.
Yeah, fashion. I mean, I love fashion. I love the entertainment industry. I love even Hollywood, you know.
Do you
like-
design also?
You
Like
know
clothing?
what? Not really. I love it. I've had a lot of dreams about me designing clothes, but this is as far as
That's
I
what I was
go,
gonna ask,
Like
yeah.
my shirt, you know. It's,
Oh, it's a Timoi.
stencil, yeah.
Yeah, sick.
yeah. Thank you. So like I'll do stuff for
Because
myself.
you also brought the handbag, right?
Yeah, this is it's a shopping bag, a grocery shopping bag.
He's
It's pretty simple, but it's really strong. And so I'm doing a giveaway, an art giveaway. At,
I think it has green on it, huh?
Yeah, it has
But
like
they can
lime
see, they can
green.
see it's an original. They can see it's a dope piece. They know what's up.
Thank you. So I'm doing a giveaway on my Instagram. So if you guys want to enter the giveaway,
Is
you know,
it
go ahead.
just
and
from today? Because we do put our episodes up. by-
It ends on Sunday.
Okay, so till Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to repost it also.
Okay.
Because this is shot on Friday, guys, and we do upload also to YouTube later on. So,
Sweet. I'll be sharing that.
yeah. So, yeah, back to Carlo.
Yes.
You were telling me about...
Oh, yes. So let me hold on to Bimo.
Oh, no, Bimo got to be there. Bimo's there.
So yeah, she comes from this galaxy, and this galaxy has 3 planets. It has one planet is a planet of hermaphrodites, androgynous beings.
Interesting.
The other planet is women, and the other planet is men. But they all coexist. You know, it's like my version of heaven. But I
Right.
don't see, you know, like to me, angels are aliens. So it's like I'm inspired by a lot of things, like even the Bible, you know, and spirituality and religion. And then also, I'm hugely influenced and inspired by drag queens and trans.
Drag queens? Yeah.
The LGBT community.
No, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, like, for my art show coming up, I'm telling the story of the birth of Carlo. And so the paintings is a series of me just
How
telling.
many paintings is it?
11 paintings.
11 paintings.
I
And is
have-
this in LA? The show's in LA or?
Yes. I have 21 paintings, but the other 10, I'm going to feature them in the next show. So
Okay.
it's going to be a series of 2 shows.
This is the birth of Carlo.
Yeah, I'm going to explain the birth of Carlo.
Yeah, like give
illustrate
a
it.
narrative and...
Narrate it and illustrate it. Yeah, so.
And like, what's your next goal? Like, what's the big, the big picture for Carlo?
You know what?
Have you written a book about Carlo?
I'm in the process of
Oh,
that.
sweet.
Yeah, I'm in the process of that. I mean, my biggest dream with that is to make a movie one day.
Oh, sweet. You're in the right
And it's
spot.
like-
We're always working to collaborate. I mean, like I say, we're independent.
Yeah.
We're all here. We're just learning, a lot of us.
Thank
But,
you.
if you ever think about you can help you with cameras and stuff. But,
Yeah.
feel free to hit us up.
Yeah, I mean, I live my life as if it was a movie. I think that I have involved a lot of people in my story. I'm a very creative person, and so I brought in all these people. It's a huge. There's a lot of mystery.
It's like a big
too.
community, big
Yeah.
people go in, people go out.
Yeah, and so I want to work with a lot of people, collaborate with a lot of people. I have a lot of people in
Sweet.
mind, and I
Is
have
there any
a
in
feeling.
particular?
I don't want
Like for a movie?
Oh, for a movie, you know what? I would like to do like a cartoon movie, but also at some point in my life, years from now, I
course.
don't know how old I'll reach, but
I
hopefully
mean,
old
age
enough
is just
to
a
do
number.
some.
Like a lot of people, you can read their stories
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to get old.
yeah, I know some people are. Though.
There's
It's weird.
cosmetic surgery and all of that. So. No, because I would like to do also a story of my life,
Nice.
a movie about my life, but also I want to do a movie with cartoon characters featuring a lot of these people that I have interacted with. I mean, I'm very delusional. It's a symptom.
No,
No.
We're all
I'm saying that.
artists. We're all artists. Trust me. We're all we understand that part.
Yeah, no, but it's good to be delusional, because if you're not delusional, you don't go for things. You know what I mean? So you miss out on opportunities.
Yeah, you gotta really, really think of the craziest things to do and just kind of live like that, and then you just see what's next.
Right.
But and then so the movie about Carlo, a movie about your life. What kind of animation would you want? Would you want like the old school pen and ink and illustration, or like this whole new 3D that they have out?
I think it would have to be this whole new 3D Pixar kind of
Sick.
movie, because there's a lot of futuristic features in my work that a lot of the things it's like I'm very limited to what I can show people of what my vision is, and if
That's
I
true,
had
yeah.
And if I was to make a movie, it would be like this future 3D.
Yeah, because that's how they did Star Wars. Like the first few Star Wars, they made them with what they had.
Right.
But then later on, they're like, there's gonna be technology someday that we're gonna be able to do this. So we leave these
Yeah.
movies for later.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush.
Cool. We're gonna be waiting for that. We're gonna be waiting for that Carlo movie, the Timoi life movie, and hopefully we get a shout out. Nah, it's a joke.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The
It'll
one
be
time
there
I went to that-
subliminally somewhere.
One time I went to that show with the audio problems. Nah, I'm just kidding. I've also read on your this is outside of art that you're how do you put it, you work for women's right and and the mental
Yes.
health. Is it using your art or you?
You know what? Well, I did a lot of work in working with women's rights, focusing on femicide and femininicide in Guatemala, and then also here in Los Angeles. But I took a break from protesting and being too much into politics because in 2011 I was diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I had to take a few years to work on my recovery because schizophrenia is not only about hearing voices; it comes with symptoms like fatigue, chronic pain, depression. I mean, it was like horrible. But so I took time to work on my recovery, and then after I worked on my recovery, I discovered that there's is like mental health is taboo, especially with the older generation. I think the youth now, they're really open to it,
Yeah,
and
I
I
mean,
think
it's
that
good,
they're.
right? It's a good thing that they're able
Yeah,
to.
it's great. You know, it's great. There's a lot of talk about mental health among the youth, and I really admire that, you know, because it's really taboo with the older generations. And so I decided to be an advocate. So now I work for this organization called Contact for Change, and I'm a mental health advocate. And then I also work for an art program called Artworks, where I teach art classes, like art, you know, therapy classes to people with mental health challenges.
I mean, I just want to thank you for doing that. You know, you're taking, like you said, your time and your experience, and then
Thank
using
you.
it positively, especially in this city. You know, there's a lot of homeless. There's a lot of people with
Yes,
like that need that mental help.
right.
And yeah, from everybody from the show, everybody that I know, thank you. You know, it
Yeah,
is
you're welcome.
great to
Thank
have people
you.
like yourself that are able to be in that position.
You know, it helps me too, you know, because depression is it's a horrible darkness thing, you know, and so like for me to go out there and be among other people, and I have a great time, you know, so it helps me too. So it's like a win-win situation. Yeah.
No, I mean it's good that you said that you took that time to like kind of it's for yourself, take care of yourself. Because
Right.
a lot of people don't know that. Because we live in a city that's just fast paced. It's going, it's going, it's
Yes,
going.
yes.
They forget to take that time for themselves.
Right. Yeah, it's true. And
What
it's
about?
always.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what about the impact social media has when it comes to like mental health? Do you have any thoughts on that?
You know what? I like during that time that I took time for my recovery, I also unfollowed a lot of negative people because I realized that it's like depression, it's not only, you know, how I'm feeling inside, but also like people could influence, you know, my emotions and trigger things. And so anybody that would trigger negative emotions within me, I got rid of them, you know.
No, that's
And
good. That's good.
yeah, yeah. And so now I just follow people that, you know, are inspiring, that are motivating, and that influence me in the best ways possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and if you guys are watching, please, talk to everybody that you know that you're close to, because it is important you get your thoughts out there. Don't hold them in,
True,
because
true,
that's kind of what when you
true.
keep it all to yourself, that's like
I
can't.
think there's always signs when something's going on, and it's nice, you know, if somebody reaches out, you know, because when I started to have like the hallucinations and my mind just flipped on me, I didn't, you know, I had some friends, and I took everybody on the ride with me, you know. And so people didn't really understand what was going on with me, but I had a really good friend who called my family, and my family went and looked for me because I was really lost. I like became, you know, homeless, and just I was suicidal, so I was gonna commit suicide. So it's like
Wow,
it was a roller coaster
it's like
of
tough.
yeah, yeah, you know, because I hallucinate. I thought I was already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
No,
seeing.
thank you for sharing that with us. Not everybody's like
Yeah, it was
comfortable.
really hard to share those things before, but now that I'm in a different state of mind, I
That's
can.
right. That's right.
Yeah,
Positivity.
I can easily share my story. You know.
No,
Yeah.
again, like I said, you're awesome because you're here with us today and
Thank you.
sharing with us this info because it is more personal. And like I was saying, this show is about art, but it's
Yes.
also about local issues, social issues,
Yes.
and in this case, we're speaking on mental health and just using art, because that's one of the thing. That's how I used art before. Like when I started,
Yeah.
it's because I was just angry. I was angry. Why was I, living in a situation that I was living? I didn't understand, so I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna go write. I'm gonna go write on the streets everywhere.
Yeah, that's awesome. Art is so important in mental health. I think it helps everyone. Whether people are artists or not, everybody is creative. Everybody needs that outlet. In what better way than art?
Oh,
Really.
so you have the Killer Color, right?
Yes.
Series show coming up in, you said what month?
June 9th.
June 9th. Do you know
Yes.
what gallery?
Yeah, it's called the Minway
Is
Art
that in
Space.
Chinatown?
It's in Chinatown,
Chinatown.
next to the Grand Jazz Club.
Okay, if you guys are watching, keep a lookout.
Yes.
Do you have other shows coming up throughout the year that you want to put out there?
No, this is the show. There's gonna be another show for the other other 10 paintings, but I'm gonna announce that later on. So,
Sweet.
yeah, it's gonna be a really awesome show. I have some virtual reality as well. I'm gonna have
shit.
available.
What program do
Yeah.
you use?
It's not my program. I'm actually, after here, I'm gonna go work on it. Actually, I partnered up with this couple, Nandi Rangel and Gabe Rangel.
Shout outs to you guys.
Shout outs, because they are my angels, and Nandi
Sweet.
is one of my favorite muses. I feature her on a lot of my work. They collected my art before I started working with them. But Gabe also works at NASA, so he has access to, it's super awesome. He has access to all this technology that I don't have access to,
Of course.
Today I'm gonna go over and work with them on.
Have you ever used virtual reality before?
Yeah,
Like to paint and stuff?
Yeah, well, I haven't created anything crazy yet, but I just experimented with it. I know what it's like, and it's pretty amazing, and it's like super magical.
Yeah, we used to have one in here. Like, I was able to create like at least 10 paintings on there.
Wow,
Yeah, it's sick.
cool.
Because, it warps your mind. Like, your mind is not like a flat surface, but it's like
Right,
all
you can go
around.
into it, and it's just, I'm amazed with virtual reality.
Hopefully you post it online or on your website where we can like see some of it later on in the future. Because I like to see what's in, how it looks like 3D. Because I've seen your paintings like, like 2D on a wall or on a canvas.
Right.
But 3D is a little
Yeah, it's coming. I'm
different.
working on it, slowly, but I'm getting things done. So.
Awesome. And I skip couple, but I write things down, but then I just kind of skip them because like I like to, like I said, it's that feeling where I'm like I go up to an artist, I'm like, I just want to ask all these questions and ask, and some of them are just the randomest ones. And as you can see, some of your work was being posted on our monitor.
This,
you want to tell us about this one pretty quick?
Yeah, sure. This is Famina. She's a friend of mine, and she's also a designer. She makes these really cute bags. But she did a movie, and this is a picture from it. And so I asked if I can feature her in my work, and she said yes. And so I used that picture as a reference, and it's just like, it's a really powerful image, It's like a woman, I think she's beautiful. And, guns, I know there's like a lot of talk about guns going on right now. But it's symbolic, it's just symbolic, like, of power, and women are powerful. You know? And,
I wouldn't be here without my mother and,
right,
and my two sisters that because of them I was like, all right, I gotta go straight, like can't be messing up because you got this family to take care of.
Yeah.
Shout outs to all the mujeres,
yes,
all las madres, hermanas. And I think the next one.
Yes.
Can you see it this far? I don't know.
Yes, it's the this is because of the my the story
Okay.
with the
Okay. Yeah.
hermaphrodite. So this is a hermaphrodite,
Like,
so it's a male and female character. And I did this, I call it just a siesta.
a siesta.
They're taking a
dreaming.
siesta. I love
Dreaming.
the using they, so they're taking a nap. But I just, I love femininity,
Of course.
but I also love masculinity. There's beauty, I believe, to both, and being able to work with both in my story, I really, really love that.
No, I can't wait for the movie. You said it. The movie will happen. The
It's
movie will
gonna happen.
You don't like maybe you don't know how right now, but it's going to happen.
Yes.
You guys heard that here. But yeah. Again, it has been, the time went by really fast, and unfortunately we're like pretty much out of time.
Okay.
I have many more questions. Hopefully we can bring you back and we can catch up from there.
I
And
enjoyed
probably,
it.
I'm
Thank
pretty
you.
sure like when your show is getting sooner, that way we can announce it and people get reminded
Okay.
to be able to like go out there and support
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Again, I want to thank you for
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you guys for tuning in. And thank you again.
and yeah, thanks for the work that you do when it comes to outside of art, just like the mental health help that you're putting out there. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And you want to announce this one more time?
Yeah, if you guys, I'm doing an art giveaway on my Instagram. That's at Timoi at Timoi1 on Instagram. And if you enter the giveaway, I will mail you this shopping bag. I made it. It's a stencil I made. And it's embellished. It's really cute, and you can take it to the farmers market.
All right, hold up, man. Henry's gonna, bam, there we go.